Why does it feel like I'm being punished for being single? Living on my own and paying for rent myself is one thing, but adding unemployment on top of that, it's been incredibly stressful. It's not just the financial pressure, it's the emotional weight of carrying everything myself. There's no one to split the rent with, no one to take in on the bills when things get tight, and no one to reassure me when my savings drop lower than I'd like to admit. And it hits the hardest at night, when I'm lying there wondering how I'm gonna piece it all together again. And it's just me and my overthinking brain all night long. And trust me, I absolutely love my independence and my little life in my little condo, but doing life alone during the hard seasons, it really tests your strength. But here's what I've learned so far. This period's forcing me to become stronger, more self-aware, and more resilient than I've ever been. And it's building a version of me I know I'll be proud of. To my friends in the same boat, how are we keeping our spirits high during this time?
This is every married man, except they have nagging, selfish wives demanding and killing their will, and threatening to financially ruin the men in divorce. In 2025, it's no longer happy wife, happy life. It is single life, happy life.
So I am so hungover. Being single is hard work. It's difficult. Going out is hard. It's tiring. It's expensive. I thought being single I would save money. Complete opposite. Complete opposite. I am always out. I'm always having a drink. And I thought it was in my healing era. You got this girl, you don't need no man era. But I'm on Hinge. I'm on Hinge all the time. I'm matching. I'm talking to like 9 different boys. Like my Instagram, the DMs, the little bubble says 9. I haven't got the time. I haven't got the patience, and I haven't got the conversation. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the notification. I'm enjoying going onto my phone and it being like, you've been sent a message, and I'm like, exciting! I'm wanted. But they were like, do you want to go for a drink? I'm like, no, I don't. You've served your purpose, and now I'm kind of done. I think I'm going to do boy sober in May. I'm going to delete Hinge. I'm going to possibly ghost all the boys I'm talking to. Sorry, boys. But it's harder than I thought it was out here. Honestly, I need some help. I'm not sure I can do this alone.
Being single as a man saves us a lot of money. We don't have to account for stupid things in our budgets. Maybe this just shows women are a liability to us. Also, if you're speaking to 9 guys at once, I can see why you're single. You're taking all these guys for granted. Ho alert. You have a timer, and before you know it, your biological clock will expire.
There's just something about feeling like you're wasting your youth because you're not doing anything and you have no one to do anything with. Like, I have friends, but I feel like I don't have a set group of friends that do things together. They all have relationships, they all have other friend groups, and it's like I'm seeing all these people go to the fair, go to movies, go out, go to dinners, and I just don't feel like I have that. And it's really not even the things that they're doing, it's just the act of doing things with others and connecting with others, because yeah, people could say go out and do the things you want to do alone, like don't wait for anybody, but that's not the point. And I really didn't expect my 20s to be this way, but I'm 28 and I just feel so lonely all the time. There's so many places I want to travel to, there's so many things I want to do, but I don't want to do it alone. I'm also not dating, so it's really starting to get to me. Like, where do you find that? Where do you find a friend group? Where do you find friends that want to do things? Even when I had a friend group, I feel like it was so hard for us to plan something to do together, and just no one prioritized hanging out as much as I wish they would have, because they all had other friends. They all had someone to do things with whenever they wanted. Like those things just didn't mean as much to them as it did to me, because that was like my only interaction with people.
At 28 and single, yeah, it shows the kind of woman you are. I have no pity for women in their late 20s complaining about being single. If you were a good woman, you would be married with kids by 28. Check yourself, check your friend zone, and lower your standards. At 30, you literally have no hope anymore.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500. So I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours. And it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work. And it's just to pay off like your basic necessities. And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate. And I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event and now I'm going to be all puffy. Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself. I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
You're strong and independent, but you don't sound so strong. Tired of being an adult? Welcome to a man's life forever.
Right now, I'm having one of those moments where the single life actually bothers me right now. Like, this is the harsh, sad part about being single. Like, on a day-to-day, month-to-month, like, I'm good, but you do have those moments where you do feel like alone. All you want is a partner, someone to come home to. Like, I'm leaving this event and I'm feeling good, and I'm just like, dang, I have to go home to no one to lay up with, lay up under, cater to. And sometimes that's hard because it's not that I feel like I can't get anyone. I just think it's hard to find someone that values you, that appreciates you, and that I think really truly deserves me and all the love I have to give.
One thing I've noticed is that these women choose the single life because they want to have fun. They want to enjoy their youth. They want to enjoy their hoe phase. Once they hit 30, they start talking about how men are trash, how there are no good men left. Well, whose fault is it?
You're right. This really is ass backwards. And I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing this right now, because I want to have a conversation, because this is what single people feel all the time, is that they are just one step away from losing everything. And it is a terror, and it looms over us because there really isn't anybody to fall back on. Like, what fucking happens if you lose your job? Who's going to take care of you? This girl right here is going to take care of me. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will figure it out just like you're figuring it out. And it's unfair as fuck that we don't have access to the same kinds of supports just because we don't have kids. People assume that because we're by ourselves, like, we'll just be able to figure it out. But living in your car because you can't afford astronomical rents isn't a solution. You know what I'm saying? It's a symptom of yet another problem, that we don't live in a society that supports fucking anybody. And it's what oftentimes will cause us to stay in situations or jobs that aren't necessarily healthy or fulfilling, because there are no other options, and we can't just like walk away and take a temporary break while someone takes care of us. But I want to point this out because I think a lot of people assume that you don't know struggle or you don't know fear because you don't have kids. It's just different. It's just different. The fear you have of not having anyone to fall back on is real, and I want to honor that. And before you open your mouth that it's not, we don't have kids and it's not hard, it's hard for us in a very different way.
Single people? More like single women. Men don't need a woman's money to survive this economy. We have hands. We work for our money.
Okay, I'm just venting here, but like, this really sucks. You know, when you fill your day absolutely to the brim of things that your hobbies and all these things you do, but then when you're single, it's just like you end the day
kind of just realizing you are alone and there's like nothing to really change that in this current moment. Like, could I start swiping and just like randomly going on dates? Sure. Is it gonna make me feel fulfilled and like I'm with someone? No, it's gonna make me feel worse. But then there's also the part where like people tell you, oh, like find hobbies, do all these things. I ran for 9 miles and then I made a YouTube video and then I made another video for a brand and then I filmed another video for a brand and I also went to go read in the park for 2 hours. Like, and I made lunch and breakfast and dinner that were like healthy. So I'm like fully taking care of myself. I'm very well fed and healthy and my mind is well fed too. And so is my spirit. But then there's always just the other end of it where it's just like, I'm still alone.
You became the man you want. That is the perfect explanation for how you feel. You want a masculine man, but you're already a masculine woman. Bring back feminine women. That's all for today. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Also, click on the notification bell to know when I drop a new video. Bye.